This video isn't about whether she enjoys talking to you. These are the signs she wants you to ask her out. This kind of signal goes beyond friendly conversation. It's intentional, hopeful, and often disguised as casual comments she's praying you'll pick up on. But here's the problem. These signals are subtle signs that 99% of guys completely miss. If you don't know what to watch for, she'll eventually assume you're not interested and move on. But once you do, you'll see the invitation she's been extending all along. By the end of this, you'll know exactly when a woman is waiting for you to make it official. Pay attention to number 4 and number 9. Those are the ones she thinks are obvious, but most men miss entirely. Let's get into it. 1, she keeps mentioning things she wants to do. You're chatting at a mutual friend's gathering, drinks in hand, the conversation flowing easily, and she keeps bringing up activities. There's a new restaurant she's been dying to try, a movie she's heard great things about, a hiking trail her coworker recommended, a wine bar that just opened downtown. She's not just making conversation, she's handing you options. When a woman repeatedly mentions things she wants to do, she's building a menu of possibilities, hoping you'll pick one and invite her. She's doing the work of surfacing ideas so that all you have to do is say, "Let's go." Here's what to watch for. Specificity. If she's naming actual places, actual events, actual experiences, not just vague ideas, she's not being random. She's being strategic. Each mention is a door she's hoping you'll walk through. And if she's giving you options, watch how she talks about her schedule. 2, she volunteers her availability. The conversation is flowing, and somewhere in it, she mentions that her weekend is wide open, or that she's got nothing going on Thursday evening, or that she's been looking for something to do lately because her schedule has cleared up. This is availability signaling, and it's as close as most women will get to asking you out themselves. She's not telling you she's free because she wants sympathy for her empty calendar. She's telling you because she wants you to fill that space. She's handing you the logistics on a silver platter. The when is already handled. All you need to provide is the what. Here's the key. She's being specific, not just, "I'm not that busy lately," but "Saturday's completely open," or "I've got nothing after 6 on Friday." The more precise the window, the more intentional the signal. But if she's showing you her calendar, listen to what she says about doing things alone. 3, she mentions doing things solo and doesn't sound happy about it. You're talking about the weekend, and she says something like, "I went to that food festival alone." Or, "I've been wanting to check out that new exhibit, but I don't have anyone to go with." There's a slight sigh in her voice, a hint of disappointment she's not quite hiding. This isn't a complaint, it's an invitation. She's telling you she's doing things by herself that she'd rather be doing with someone. And by mentioning it to you specifically, she's signaling that you could be that someone. She's not asking for pity, she's painting a picture with an empty space shaped exactly like you. Here's the difference from venting. She's not listing everything wrong with her social life. She's pointing at specific activities that you could easily do together, and she's leaving space for you to offer. If she's highlighting her solo status, watch how she reacts when you share your plans. 4, she shows unusual interest in what you're doing. You mention you're going to a farmer's market this weekend. Just a passing comment, and suddenly she's full of questions. Which one? What time do you usually go? What do you get there? Do you go every week? She's not just being polite, she's gathering information. This is activity surveillance, and it's her way of finding a way in. When a woman is hoping you'll ask her out, she'll pay close attention to your schedule. She's looking for overlap for an organic opportunity where she could join. If only you'd invite her. Watch for follow-up questions that go deeper than necessary. If she wants to know specifics about something you mentioned in passing, she's not just curious about farmers markets, she's scouting for an opening. And if she's tracking your plans, pay attention to how she handles compliments. 5, she compliments you in ways that suggest dating. You're talking about something unrelated, and she says it. "Whoever ends up with you is lucky," or "I don't know why you're still single," or "You're the kind of guy women want to be with." She's not musing out loud, she's advertising. When a woman compliments you in relationship terms, she's framing you as dating material, and she's watching your reaction closely. She's putting the idea of romance into the air between you and hoping you'll breathe it in. Here's the tell. She's not complimenting your shirt or your work presentation. She's complimenting your value as a partner. That's a very specific kind of praise. And it's not accidental. She's telling you how she sees you. If she's calling you relationship material, watch what happens when other women come up. 6, she gets curious about your dating life. The conversation drifts and suddenly she's asking questions. Are you seeing anyone? When was your last relationship? What happened with that? What are you looking for? She's not interrogating. She's probing. This is status reconnaissance. She wants to know if the position is open before she invests more energy. She's checking whether there's room for her. Women don't ask about your romantic history unless they're considering being part of your romantic future. If she's curious about your dating life, it's because she's imagining how she might fit into it. Here's what to watch for. Follow-up questions. If you say you're single and she asks how long or why or what you're looking for, she's not just making conversation. She's mapping the terrain, looking for her entry point. And if she's checking your status, watch how she talks about her own. 7, she makes sure you know she's single. You're chatting and she finds a way to work it in. Yeah, I've been single for a while now. Or I'm not seeing anyone at the moment. Or I've got way too much free time these days since I'm not dating. This is availability broadcasting. She's making sure there's no ambiguity about her situation. Women don't randomly announce their single status to men they're not interested in. If she's making sure you know she's available, it's because she wants you to do something with that information. She's clearing the runway. Here's the key. Context. Is she slipping this into conversation organically? Or does it feel like she's steered there on purpose? The more deliberate the path to mentioning it, the more intentional the message. If she's broadcasting her availability, notice how she responds to hypotheticals. 8, she engages when you mention date-like activities. You mention trying a new restaurant, and her eyes light up. You talk about a concert coming up, and she leans in with interest. You say you've been meaning to check out a gallery downtown, and she says, "That sounds amazing," with genuine enthusiasm. This is date activity enthusiasm. She's responding to ideas that could easily become dates, hoping you'll notice her interest. Women who aren't interested will respond neutrally to these mentions. Oh, cool. Nice. End of topic. But a woman who wants you to ask her out will engage with energy because in her mind she's already picturing herself there with you. Watch for the intensity of her reaction. If it feels disproportionate to the topic, it's because she's not responding to the activity. She's responding to the possibility of doing it with you. And if she's enthusiastic about date activities, listen for the direct invitations. 9, she suggests things you could do together. She's done hinting. Now she's saying it more directly. We should do that sometime, or I'd love to check that out if you ever want company, or let me know if you want to go together. This is a soft invitation. She's putting herself forward without fully asking, giving you the easy layup. When a woman suggests activities for the two of you, she's done everything she can without explicitly asking you out herself. She's handed you the ball and stepped back. All you have to do is shoot. Here's what most men miss. They hear these suggestions and respond with, "Yeah, totally," and then never follow up. She wasn't being hypothetical. She was being hopeful. She's waiting for you to pick a date, a time, and make it real. And if she's soft inviting you, watch what happens at the end of your conversations. 10, she lingers and creates openings for you to ask. The conversation has reached a natural stopping point. You're wrapping up at a work event or finishing coffee at a neighborhood cafe. Logic says it's time to part ways, but she's not leaving. She's slowing things down. She's making extra eye contact. She's leaving pauses that feel weighted, almost expectant. This is the final window. She's creating space, hoping you'll fill it with an invitation. Women who want you to ask them out will manufacture these moments. They'll stretch the goodbye, hover just a little longer, give you every possible chance to say the words. She's not lingering because she forgot where she parked. Here's what's happening in her head. Is he going to ask? Should I say something else? Just one more second. If she's lingering and looking at you like she's waiting for something, she is. She's waiting for you to ask her out. Here's the reality. A woman who wants you to ask her out won't say it directly. She won't walk up to you and say, "Take me to dinner." That's not how most women operate. Instead, she'll mention places she wants to go. She'll tell you her weekend is free. She'll make sure you know she's single. She'll suggest things you could do together and then wait. She'll do everything except ask. That part's on you. So the next time she's telling you about a restaurant she's been dying to try, or casually mentioning she's got nothing going on Saturday, or lingering at the end of a conversation with that expectant look, stop waiting for a clearer signal. You've already got it. Now ask her,